So, not equating Donald Trump to that, but you don't go by what a person says, you go by what they do. Actions speak loud. That's why that term, actions speak louder than words. And what has he actually said about American black people? You don't know that because you've been listening to the echo chamber. You've been listening to MSNBC, who has people on there who are immigrants that look like you but didn't fight your struggle, didn't fight your people's struggle. But you're listening to them. What does that make MSNBC if they're using Invasion of the Black Body Snatchers to try to inform you to go the way of the Dixiecrat? That makes them racist because they didn't want to hire an American black. They didn't want to hire a ADOS, one that doesn't take the crap and would tell them where to get off. Them others don't tell where to get off. They go along with the program. Watch closely when you see immigrants around. They look like you. And watch how they go around and get around and go along with the program, but then they try to dog you. Come on. Come on now. CNN, the same thing. It's disgusting. So to get good news, to get fair and balanced and with no fear, that's the slogan now on the other channel that I would hate that I've already said this in nauseam. But Fox, you get both sides. They have people on. It's not an echo chamber. You have not even read the plan that the pastors, the black pastors, came up with in good faith, and 5 of them have been implemented. It's a disgrace, and you say that you're for black people. I'm for American black people. I'm for policies that work for American black people. If you are for a party, you are a coon. There's no other way to cut it. 213-943-3358. 213-943-3358. The chats are open. You can put your comments. We will read your comments and we will retort. But there's no other way to cut that. If you are for a party, but you are not for your American black people, and you can't look at a candidate and say, he destroyed us, no vote for him. If the other one doesn't come up with reparations, no vote for him. We're going to abstain and say we abstained in a large block until we get what will repair us. If you're not saying that and you're for a party, you are a coon. Just face it. Just face it. We're not voting because there's no reparations on the table. But if they come up with reparations and it's legit reparations, we're going to endorse. Yes, sir. Let's keep moving. This comes from Boyce Watkins. Boy, politics makes strange bedfellows. And so this comes from Boyce Watkins, who also had Cube on his. Stay tuned because we have another video presentation edited up by yours truly, Crazy D. And you know my video presentations get to the point. They are concise and precise in the editing, and they get to the point. We're going to let the man himself, Cube, speak. And of course, we're going to come in and give context, right? But here we go. This is Boyce Watkins, right? So Boyce Watkins says, the Dixiecrat party loves black people, so why would Ice Cube meet with Republicans? Me. Nobody owns black people. He is so flustered, that Boyce Watkins is emulating here, that his diction and his writing ability goes straight to snit, okay? But we want black people to be free, so why won't you do the what they we tell you to do? So flustered that the English language just went to crap. Me. That's not freedom. That's slavery. Go away. That's not free. That's not even freedom. That's slavery. That's not even freedom. You don't own me. Have you seen, let me bring this down for a minute. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Have you seen the commercial where they use the little boy and he's looking at Biden's American pen on his lapel? And Biden is there and he takes the pen off and gives it to the little boy, and the mother is so happy and just so great to be, in our opinion and observation, they're just so happy and so great to see, to be standing by this Caucasian man, and it's the grandmother for sure, because she looks too old, just observations, to be the mother. And the little boy is there. I mean, you're making Toby instead of Kunta Kinte if you understand the reference. I gotta get that jet. You got to send the jet. People will know what I'm talking about. You got to send the jet. But anyway, look. Let me go on. I mean, people was hopping and it was hopping and popping around here when Biden came here. It was hopping, it was jumping. Oh boy, he was getting all kinds of photo ops. I done seen people using his photo ops, and they ain't gonna get nothing. Let's continue on.
He got about a whole basket of them pens that he grab a handful of them before he leave to go where he going. He didn't give away nothing by giving away that pen. He got a whole basket full of those pens that he grabs before he leaves to get on the plane. He didn't give nothing.
He said, that's your reparations, son. I gave you that American pendant of the American flag. That's your reparations, son. We gave you the non-American black, acting American black Kamala, for some who call her that. Kamala, others. I call her Kamala because she's Indian, from India, descended, not American, black. But we gave you her. That's your reparations. And before that, we gave you Obama, who wasn't American black either. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Here's another one from Boyce. Like I said, politics makes strange bedfellows. Ice Cube is the former slave who ran away from the plantation. Now the Dixiecrats are trying to get back their property. We should have as a people have ironed this out a long time ago, and we wouldn't have to use these references of the plantation. All right. So, we wouldn't have to use these references of the plantation. Okay, people. Now, if you thought that was putting the rubber to the road, we are getting ready to begin. So you smash the share button and the like button. You have to have humor in this, because we told you from episode 1 all the way up to episode 36 and now 37 that this was coming. And when this all twisted up like this, when this is all twisted up, and some of them people that went out there and they have wasted their vote they're gonna find out later. They're gonna find out after they have wasted their vote. They did not go and research their vote. They're going to find out later how detrimental their vote was. A vote like your life and your future, depending on your future, is your future offspring, your grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren, where they're gonna be. Who's gonna be over them telling them what to do? The 22 million African immigrants here, we're 42 to 44 million. We could have been 66 million, but 22 million of us have been aborted.
I got a question, an observation of something. Remember, I told you that I've been getting, like, almost at least 3 times a week, I get something in the mail to fill out these ballots and things like that. Now, who is monitoring where these things are coming from? How many of them are being sent out? how many of them are coming back, and if they're going to count the same person 3 and 4 times. I don't trust, simply because it's such an overkill. I mean, I get text messages. I get text messages from 4 or 5 different organizations, women's organization, black women's organization. I get all kinds of things, and some of these things are coming out of Columbus, Ohio, which is our state capital. And I'm saying, who's monitoring where things are coming from and how much is being counted? I don't trust this whole process. I don't, but I don't. I just really don't trust it.
And it's very important. It's very important that people really listen. So anyway, so like I said, this came up October 13th, and this is one of the responses to it, right? Make sure you smash the share button, like button, all that, because we are going to play the video presentation. Did you know that Cube was on with Roland this morning? We have some of that. But we're going to have Cube speaking his own words about what's going on. You see, this can't be, this is like when Martin Luther King was going, you know, there were people who were against what Martin Luther King said. They were against what Hera Belafonte said. Before Martin Luther King, they were against what Old Man River, what Old Man River used to say, right? Paul Robeson. They were against what he said, and he was moving it forward, right? They were against it because they said, you are rocking the boat. This is not what we're used to. This is not what it is. This is a paradigm shift. Are you informed enough to be ready for it to move in the right direction? Some of you have already voted, which has disqualified you. That will put you out the game forever. Now, this was, so the woman responds to what Katrina Pearson says. She says, this was a key issue for Ice Cube. He is a man of his word. He said he would work with whichever campaign put forth an economic and prosperity plan, especially for black community. Trump did it. Welcome aboard, Ice Cube. Trump did it. Welcome aboard, Ice Cube. Let's look at some other tweets that came in. Like, people who voted early out of fear and didn't look, didn't read, didn't just listen to what, why would you listen to what a Caucasian on either side tells you without doing the research when you say that you can't trust Caucasians, but yet you're trusting Caucasians? Let me take this down for a minute so I can look at you and ask that question again. This is very important, see. We don't say, up here, we don't say trust Caucasians. We say we look at policies that will help American blacks get their repair. That's what we say. We don't say we trust Caucasians. There's too much history on all the sides. We done broke down all the sides of everything back there talking about the anarchists and the accelerationists. Go back and watch that episode. We don't have time to go keep on repeating. Why would you trust what a set of Caucasians have said when you say that we are in a system where you can't trust Caucasians because they have been about the degradation and the destruction of American black people since we were no longer property?